I'm here to show you what the best practices are to change your life and to become more successful in everything you do.
This is episode 29, What You Say. Take Dominion.
Hi everybody, Rev Fred here. So today what I'm doing is I'm going to be doing a short series, which is about 4 videos, and they're all going to be short videos. And it's all about a subject that I preached about on Sundays called Taking Dominion. So this is episode 1 in the series called Taking Dominion. And this is about taking dominion about what comes out of your mouth. And so one of the things that I've learned in my process of growth that I'm going through is that for me personally, I'm one of those guys who kind of knows a lot of little things. I know a lot of little details about stuff. If I watch a video about something, it goes in my head and it stays in there. So then if I'm in a situation where people are around and somebody's asking a question or something like that, I would jump in and give my information that I have and do that. Now, it never seemed to me like it was a problem. But then all of a sudden in prayer, I felt like people were perceiving me sometimes as a know-it-all. Somebody who always has to have an opinion about something, always knows something about something. And even if I did, the perception wasn't the kind of perception that I wanted about myself. And I was very sarcastic, very sarcastic. In fact, some people told me who were very close to me that sometimes I was mean with my words because of my sarcasm. And that was not my intention. My intention was to be humorous, to be funny. So then I realized, okay, sometimes maybe what's coming out of my mouth is actually having me perceived in a way that's different than I want to be perceived. Maybe it's being perceived as how I really am, but it's not who I want to be. So what I decided to do was to gate my mouth, to watch what I say. And so then I would go into a situation, and whenever I was having a conversation with somebody, I was more leading them with questions and pulling out of them information, pulling out of them what they think. And then not giving my advice and my information unless specifically requesting it. They requested. So, first of all, that made socializing easier. I have no problem talking with people. It's easy for me. The more difficult thing for me was not talking. That was more difficult for me. So, I decided that's what I was going to do, so that's what I did. And then I stopped being sarcastic. I stopped telling jokes like that. I stopped doing that kind of thing. Within, close friends or family that I know that could handle it and they knew what my heart was, it still would happen every once in a while because I wasn't gating myself in those situations because they already knew me. They knew that I was not a vindictive, angry person. I was just joking around. So anyway, it's very important to sometimes watch what comes out of your mouth, because sometimes we say things and out of a place of anger or frustration or whatever, and it could cause somebody else on the other side to feel upset or hurt or whatever. And it's not our intention to hurt people. So it's not my intention to hurt people. So I decided to gate that. But also on top of that, sometimes you be doing something, you're working, you're trying to figure something out and you can't figure something out and you would say something out of your mouth like, oh, you're so stupid, or, you're trying on clothes and he's like, you're so ugly and fat, and so it comes out of your mouth. And that's not towards somebody else, that's towards you. So I stopped doing that thing too. I stopped saying those things. I would gate my mouth. I would on purpose be like, I'm not talking until I think about it for a few seconds. I remember my father, John, he passed away, but when I'd have a conversation with him and I'd ask him a question, I felt like it was eternity before he actually answered the question. I'd ask the question, he'd be like, and I'm like, and then he eventually would just say it, right? But he always took his time thinking through what he was going to say before he said it. Like, it would drive me nuts. But I realize now, that's probably wisdom. So, that's how I try to be now. I try to be frugal with the words that I give out. Unless somebody's specifically asking me for advice about something. And then I let it flow. And I have a lot of knowledge, a lot of information, a lot of understanding about a lot of different things. So there is a lot of resource in here that I'm willing to give. I just decided not to just volunteer that information unless requested. It's made a huge difference in the way I live my life and how I interact with people. And I've even heard from my boss at work that people enjoy talking with me. They enjoy interacting with me. You know, they never hear a harsh word or inappropriate thing coming out of my mouth. And, that's because I curb those. I don't complain about our customers. I don't complain about my coworkers. I don't complain about these things. I gate that stuff. I don't say them. Even if I think them, I don't say them. I just keep that in my mouth and shut it up. I don't say nothing because it's not going to do any good. If it's a specific thing, like I'm doing an evaluation of a coworker because of their job performance, I will give them the facts. I won't give them my opinion. I'll give them the facts. Well, this is the situation. This is what situation. This is what situation. But I won't say, oh, well, I think blah, 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 based on my background in psychiatric. No, that stuff stays inside. So I think it's really important to do that. I really do. I think it's really important to learn to control what comes out of your mouth. Really, really, really important. Even the Bible says that. Don't concern yourself about what goes in the mouth as much as you concern yourself with what goes out of the mouth. Doesn't mean you shouldn't concern yourself with what goes in the mouth. Okay? Thank you. Love you. I'll see you later. Next one's coming up. Yay!